Greetings, Slackers. It's September 5th, 2016, and I'm over here on the Las Vegas Sun with an article that I want to share with you. And it's actually two of them because I remember hearing about this case back in 2013, and it was about this woman who met up with this guy on Match.com. And so this guy, he choked her out, stabbed her, caved her skull in, and everything. So this is a follow up on that because at first, Match.com was saying that her lawsuit was absurd because she was asking for 10 million. But now, looks like the tables have turned because the court is now saying that her case can go ahead and proceed. So here's what it said, and this is by Cy Ryan. A federal appeals court has ruled that a Las Vegas woman can continue her 10 million lawsuit against Match.com, the dating service that connected her with a man who stabbed her 10 times. State law requires a person to warn another of any known danger, the U.S. Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals said Thursday. Nevada law provides that when a defendant has actual knowledge of a specific harm, that defendant has a duty to warn known, foreseeable victims known of foreseeable harm, the three-judge panel said. However, the court upheld the dismissal of claims against Match.com of negligent misrepresentation, violation of federal unfair trade laws. Mary Kay Beckman was introduced to Wade Ridley in September of 2010. According to her lawsuit, she went on several dates with him and then broke it off. Beckman said Ridley broke into her garage, stabbed her until the knife's blade broke off, and stomped her head in an effort to kill her. She was hospitalized for several months. Ridley was sentenced to 28 to 70 years in prison and has since died. He was also facing charges for allegedly killing ex-girlfriend in Arizona. Beckman maintains that Match.com knew Ridley had attacked other women using Match's service. Beckman's suit will continue in federal district court in Las Vegas. Match.com has denied the allegations. Here's another article, and this was on the AZ Central back from 2013. And so what they were saying then was, an online dating service says a Las Vegas woman has no legal basis for her lawsuit seeking 10 million after she was matched with a man who hid in her garage and brutally attacked her. Mary Kay Beckman filed suit in U.S. District Court on Friday accusing Match.com of failing to disclose dangers of online dating. She said she'd known Wade Ridley only 8 days when she broke up with him in September 2010. 4 months later, he stabbed her 10 times, yada, yada, yada. Match.com said in a statement Monday that Beckman's experience was horrible, but the lawsuit is absurd, and it said Beckman was a victim of a sick, twisted man with no known criminal record. Now, what's important about this case is, and this is just the position that I take, one of the risks of using online dating platforms is that you don't fully know someone unless you take the time to investigate them and do the background check and do a criminal history check and, check their last 10 places of residences and all this stuff, their driving record and all that stuff. Most people don't have the time to do that. So right now, this lawsuit could be a potential going forward for changing a lot of these so-called dating platforms. If they're offering a service, they're going to have to pay for some type of third-party service that screens applicants to make sure that they're not a pedophile or a rapist or have a history of sexual assault and felonies due to gun-related possessions and stuff like this. So this is something that could potentially change dating sites as we know them. And I'm of the opinion that Match.com isn't liable only because, okay, it's a dating site. It facilitated and allowed two people to meet. But for the behavior of the individual that is met off of the platform, they can't be held responsible for that. There's no way that they can be held responsible for that. And so I think it's a little absurd too. Now, this woman was brutally attacked. It's going to be very interesting to see how this turns out, if she'll win and she'll succeed. But you best believe that there's going to be some changes due to this case. It's going to affect all online dating platforms. So that's something to keep in mind. Share with me your thoughts on this. What do you think? Do you think that, Match.com is liable? Should they be held responsible? or should this woman be held responsible? Because I'll just give you another short example before closing this out. You know, let's say you went out to a bar and you met someone and you decide to go back to your place and have intimate relations with this person. You discover later that this person gave you herpes. Okay, so can you sue the bar because, well, if the bar didn't screen the people to get up in there, you wouldn't have met this person who would have, left you with this sexually transmitted condition. So I'm just throwing that out there as an example for your consideration. But again, leave me your thoughts and comments down below. The link to this will be in the description box, and I'll catch you in the next article in the next video.